Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Taking a quick look here at Injective, seeing what's going on. This is a highly requested coin based on my community here. It's one of our only stop losses last month. Actually, it is the only stop loss last month. What I think we hit 26 out of 27 trades. Not too shabby. Anyways, check that out if you're curious. If you want to become a better trader, again, cryptocash.tech is a site link down below. I think the question here, if I'm not mistaken, was from what is it? No, not JoJo. Oh yeah, JJBB555. Curious about Injective here. So we'll take a look at that. And if you are part of our premium group, again, congrats on our Chainlink profits, 72%, 46% in roughly 5-6 trading days for one, 2 weeks for the other, and then some monstrous profits here from XRP and Chainlink. So nice longs there, taking some good profits in both directions, honestly. So Injective, is it worth taking a trade? Well, what we want to do is kind of redraw out some new fibs, just so we can get better perspective on this most recent increase and decrease. Just confirm the fact that this little support level was a previous important closure. So I would say 34.50 is an important level for us still, but we can see we're working within that 0.618, 0.5 fib level, and we're now above the most recent volume profile. That's a positive contributing factor. That's basically right where I was hoping the price of this coin would go and bounce. It just went a little bit lower and triggered the stop loss. So again, if Bitcoin hadn't recovered, I'm pretty confident Injective would continue lower. But thankfully, Bitcoin has stabilized in the $43,000 range. So I think we have a decent chance here at this coin continuing to maintain itself. Okay. So again, you can see a lot of candle wicks and candlesticks at this 34.50 mark. That is a close approximate, not exact science, but we're going to take a look and see what's going on. So in the daily time frame. First things first, we are below a couple of important moving averages. If we take a look at the bigger volume profile too, of just this whole entire range, we're still working within resistance, okay? So a majority of the resistance is up here at that $38.60. So we have some room for growth. Doesn't mean the price is just going to run. It just implies that we're going to have some resistance, but we may not see resistance right away. Depends on how the 20-day SMA works, honestly. Getting above the 20, I think, is a good starting point to be able to understand that we're kind of on the right side of the tracks. I'd much rather be over the 50, but we can't, beggars can't be choosers. So the truth here is, though, that if we look at some other things, we're still under 50 on the RSI. Stochastic is still swinging down, even though it's kind of a lagging indicator. And money flow index is increasing. So MFI coming up is positive. But you got to recognize it's an average over the last so many candles. So in that sense, it's really just it's looking better than it should on the daily time frame, where smaller time frames will give us a better indication. MACD trying to converge, hasn't yet. Again, we're kind of on the edge of some cool things here, but nothing really spectacular. I don't really love what I see here so far with this coin. Okay, just being honest. I know it's you'd think that I would be totally sold on it, considering that we took a long position with it, but it has since been invalidated, and we can see there's a lot of things that have changed since this, okay? In only 3 trading days, the price went from very promising to very terrible, and that does happen sometimes, folks. You just kind of got to roll with it. It's all good, part of trading, and you take the wins with the losses. The idea, though, the concept is to take more wins than losses, right? And always use the same amount per trade. If you're adjusting consistently, you're gambling, and that's not really what you should be doing as a trader. So 4-hour time frame, we're below all moving averages minus a 20. That's not really a good sign. We're still treading water at 50 on the R side, not good, but money flow index is high. That does imply the price action should be able to sustain itself at 34.50 or higher. And then if we take a look at the stochastic RSI, it's swinging down here, so we could be near the top. But once more, I think that we're probably still in good shape, considering we have a MACD convergence here, and the money flow index is high. So that kind of nullifies the stochastic divergence. Okay? And again, the most important stochastic divergence is the second one, not the first. So I think we're still in good shape. So 4-hour time frame isn't terrible. It's certainly not great, but it's better than it has been before. And this is kind of a transitionary time frame, letting us know that we could very well see the price action continue higher as long as we can maintain this trend line. But more important, stay above at least the 20 and the 50-day SMA. But we're kind of just stuck in that little range there. So to me personally, until we see like a 35 or higher, we're not going to be in a position where I feel comfortable taking a long position. And I know, I get the argument all the time. Why wait to 35 if you can just buy it at 34.50? It's because we don't know the price is going to get there, folks. That's why. And with your trading without confirmation, it makes more sense to get into a trade when you know the direction than to get into a trade when you don't know the direction. when you don't know the direction, this is more likely than not going to stop you out and take you in the wrong place, okay? And that is to a deleted account, okay? If you want to stop trading, I would just say, continue following those 100Xers out there and see how that works for you. It'll work a couple times, but always catches up with you. So hourly time frame, what are we looking at here? Well, good news is we're not out of the woods yet, but we are getting closer, right? We're starting to see that the edge, if you will. Okay, so lagging span is free and clear, but it's tentative. It's not really all that strong. Conversion line is above the baseline. There's some momentum, which is good. We're not above the cloud yet, though. Okay, so we got 1 out of 3 reasons to be like, okay, a long position is viable. That basically means you don't take a long position. So to anyone hearing me right now, exclude the excitement in my voice, which is very exciting, by the way, and do not take a trade based on the fact that there are some forgiving signs here. Okay, we're literally at like a 55, 56% probability of the price going up with everything we looked at so far. Are those the odds you want to trade with? Me personally, no. I like to go with 80% or higher at least. And again, these averages are made up on the spot. That's totally how statistics are. But generally speaking, what I'm getting at is the more things you can see that are forgiving, the more likely the price is to go in that direction. And at this point, we don't have really a definitive direction until we're above, once again, $35. So I'm going to put this on the chart. This basically just implies that we want to be in this place in order for the price action to continue higher. Okay, so this would be more of a confirmational sign because we'd be above the cloud for about 3 or 4 hours. The likelihood of the lagging span being free and clear of the price action is quite high because it follows the price, right? And then on top of that, we'd still have momentum because the conversion line would be above the baseline. Now, that doesn't necessarily change everything else in the 4 hour and the daily, but again, that's a good start. If that and the other things on the 4 hour time frame become better, then I would say it'd be worth considering a trade. Okay, but I think that patience is going to be paramount here. I'd much rather wait a little bit longer and get a slightly higher average price and know it's going to go where it's going to go than to get in right now and wish I hadn't. So different strokes for different folks. That's just kind of how it works. So I hope you learned something here today. Thanks again for watching. Make sure you reference Bitunix if you haven't already. Phenomenal exchange, link down below. They are significantly beneficial for our community. If you have VPN or KYC requirements, you live in the States or perhaps Canada, other countries where it's required, you can get a deposit bonus and trading bonus if you were to consider using my link. So awesome stuff. We will have trading competition coming up here soon. So I will post the Twitter, Telegram, and Discord playout charts here or there. Be sure to check that out if you haven't already. Enable notifications, all that good stuff. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks again so much for your time. We'll see you in the next one.